It's let's keep it real with M. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with M. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. We talk fake friends, side dudes, heartbreak too. Baby mamas, baby daddies, nothing off the menu. She ain't scared to speak it. Now she built for the flame. Say your name without say your name. If it's smoke, it's the same. Energy loud, teeth stay hot. Truth hit different when it land on the spot. So fix your face, don't flinch, don't scam. It's the queen of real talk, yeah, that's M. Let's keep it real with M. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts, we don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with M. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts, we don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice.
Back today. Hey, Daddy Reacts. Hey, Thug and Mika. What's up, y'all? Let me go ahead and read my disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under the Section 107 of the Copyrights Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Hey, Lolita. Hey, Candy. Hey, Malish. Who else? I think that's it. Okay. So we're going to talk about self-defense laws, and we're going to talk about, we're going to listen to some stories that people are claiming self-defense on and are out right now. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it with this self-defense stuff. So I came across, this guy, he's called the People's Lawyer on TikTok. He just graduated from law school, and he's basically giving lawyers advice to YNs, okay? So this one right here is how to beat a murder case, the self-defense method, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this.
This is how you beat a body case using the self-defense method. I hear a lot of people talk about self-defense online, on TikTok and other places, but man, if you don't understand self-defense correctly, you're going to end up spending 25 to life, my boy. So pay attention. I'm a criminal lawyer, and I'm out here teaching YNs how to beat their case. You don't like what I'm doing? Move along and keep scrolling. Let's get to it. Boom, bam. Most self-defense cases are arising from a second-degree murder charge. Now, if y'all been watching my videos, you already know second-degree murder is one of the different type of murder cases you can get. It's usually done in like a passion crime, where it's like me and you get into it, we fight, whatever, we get into an argument, whatever, you with your op, you see him out with your side girl, whatever, y'all get into it. One of y'all pull out a gun, like, hey, you know what, F you, blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. You didn't premeditate it, so it's not first degree, but it also wasn't accidental because you intentionally did it. So now we in the middle of second degree, but best believe second degree carries a heavy sentence, bro. All right, boy, so let's beat the case. So with self-defense cases, what you need to be under the immediate danger of serious bodily injury or death. Okay, that's what your thought process needs to be right here, right now. I'm about to be seriously hurt, or I'm about to die. When I say immediate, when I say the word imminent, I mean right now, not 30 seconds.
Okay, so y'all hear that? It says you need to feel like you're about to be hurt. That needs to be your thought process. Like, hey, I'm about to be hurt. I got to think real fast. That's how your thought process needs to think. Okay.
From now, not 10 seconds from now. So if you get,
my question is, who? Let me stop.
Get into it with somebody, and he like, hey, you know what, homie? I'm about to go hop in the trunk, go get this little thing out the trunk. When I come back, you better be gone. Man, if he start walking towards that trunk, you cannot pull out your gun and shoot him, bro, because you're not under a present immediate danger. You also can't overdo it, okay? So really, under the law, as soon as that threat is over, that's when you're supposed to stop using force. There's also a point where the force has to stop, okay? So if a dude come running at you,
hold on, y'all. He talking so fast, but hold on, y'all. Hey, Protect Your Peace. Hey, Robin.
with a knife or something, and you pull out your Glock and you do what you got to do, you put 1 or 2 on him, he drops, he's laying on the ground, he not moving. You can't stand over him and go straight King Von, Crazy Storm, and empty the clip on him, bro. Nah, man, this ain't Chicago. So now that you understand the generic version of self-defense, I'm about to show you how we're going to take this to trial and beat the case. Tap in for part 2.
Damn, I hate this internet.
This is how you beat a body case. This is how you beat a criminal case, even when the eyewitness points you out and says that you did it. Man, I know if you caught a case and you hear you got a witness coming to trial that's going to point you out, boy, your heart gets to pumping. But let me tell y'all why in something. When you got a good lawyer that's ready to fight for you to their very last drop of blood, there's always a case. First thing your lawyer going to do, he going to figure out how this whole identification came about. 9 times out of 10, these identifications came from police doing what's called police photo lineups or person lineups. Basically, a police lineup is when a police brings a witness to the police station. They think you might be the main suspect as a witness described, and so they get a whole bunch of people that look like you, and they line you up and have the witness pick you up. But man, a lot of times it's not as smooth as this. Sometimes what the police do is they are so determined that you're the main suspect, you're the person who did it, that they might give witnesses a little bit of clues or hints that you might be number 2, and they pass by you. They go, oh, you don't want to look at number 2 again? You know, what about number 2? Don't number 2 kind of point out the person? Blah, 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 blah. I love it when police do this because we one step closer to beating the game. The police cannot pressure a witness into identifying you. Okay, if they see a whole,
I'm about to get so mad. Hey, Chosen. I'm about to get so mad with this.
whole bunch of people that look like you, police cannot keep pointing in your direction, make them your favorite number or anything like that. They can't drop hints that you're the person they're looking for. Man, when your lawyer gets a clue that the police did that, the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to file a motion to suppress, saying that your Fifth Amendment rights have been violated. And if we win that motion to suppress and that witness's testimony was like a big element or a big part of the probable cause that got you arrested, guess what, boys? The case is thrown out and you're going home. But man, tap in for part 2, because even if the motion to suppress gets denied, there's some other ways we can go about beating this case. Don't fret, my boys. I got you.
Damn, they're still staying right. Okay.
I'm a criminal lawyer that just graduated from Howard University School of Law, and I'm about to teach you how to beat a body case using the self-defense method. Now, in my last video, I talked a little bit about the legal definition of self-defense. Man, listen, YNs, go watch that last video, okay? Because if you don't understand what self-defense really is and what it legally means in the courtroom, you're going to fuck around and find yourself spending 25 to life. That's a fact, my boy. All right, so when the case comes, we need to basically prove that the victim was the perpetrator and the reason that's all happened in the first place. So we need witnesses, body cam footage, surveillance footage, anything to show that the victim was the one that started this threat. And we need to show that basically that threat could be seen by any reasonable person as a threat of serious bodily injury or death, okay? That means any reasonable person, anybody, like any random regular person would look at that threat and be like, hey, I'm about to be seriously hurt or I'm about to die. Second, we need to prove that you used reasonable force, meaning that this was the only way or one of the few options that you had to really stop this threat. So if somebody's coming at you with a knife, it don't make no sense to try to fight with your fist. Man, I had to pull out my gun. That was the only thing I could do to stop it. Third, we need to show that you didn't overuse your force. Basically saying when
I'm sick of that. I'm so sick of that. Thank you, Protect Your Peace, for that first super sticker. I appreciate it, boo. She say, yeah, he fed the video up, y'all. But anyway, so what I'm saying is, y'all see what he says about self-defense, how to be the case, and you have to feel like you're in immediate danger, right? Okay. I think some people they get so much stuff confused that it's not even funny. So what we finna do now is we finna look at some cases that, hey, real talk, we finna look at some cases that's self-defense, okay? Lord Jesus, come on. I need me some new internet service. I just switched and it's still horrible. Okay.
They still did not listen. So she turned the lights off. Baby, when I say she let it off, she let it off. One of the girls ended up getting hit. So why the girl that ended up getting hit was like, call, basically like call, emergency help. Oh, girl was like, ha, that's what you get. I told you to leave. Now, y'all, they all ended up getting charged. But my thing.
Wait a minute, hold up. Let me let you. Wait a minute, hold up. I think it's.
Y'all heard about the 3 people that broke into this woman's home with her kids in there just so they could jump her and she shot one of them? By the way, it was 2 women and 1 man. What was y'all about to do when y'all got up in that house? I heard a few people saying that the mother was wrong, and no, she was not. People need to pay attention because no, she did not shoot outside the house door. They kicked her door down and was inside of her house. The video that you saw, she was in her bedroom.
Hold on, let
She
me go
hid inside one of the bedrooms
Hold on.
with her children. She told the girls, I'm in here with my kids. Y'all need to get out. Like, y'all doing too much. They was not trying to leave. They walk around her house trying to figure out what bedroom they in so they could still jump her. She turned the lights off in the bedroom, loaded up her, opened the door. They found what room she was in. He's walking to the door. The first person that was in front about to come into the bedroom to jump her, she let it loose. You hear one of the girls that tried to jump her in there whimpering after she got shot. You acting like you about that life. What you whimpering for? Why would you kick somebody's door down? Come in their house with their kids in there. Even if they didn't have kids, why are you breaking into somebody? Let's break into it now at that point. Just so you could get into a physical altercation? It was that serious? Was it really? And obviously, even the police knew that she was defending herself, the woman, the mother, because everybody that broke into her house, including the person that got shot, they got charged, not the mother. And that's how it should be. Get out her house. The girl that was shot, she did survive. She's alive and well. But I bet you she learned a valuable lesson. Don't kick nobody's door down trying to come in the house and fight them. Get out of people's house. Everybody not playing with y'all. Because if you came to my house, broke into my house, kicked my door down with my kids in there, trying to fight me, ain't no telling what, girl, I agree. Your family would have had something to do next week. Something real interesting and expensive. Y'all heard about the 3 people that broke into the...
Hold on, y'all. Okay, here it is. This is the same story.
1, when she cut the lights off before she opened the door, they supposed to knew that fire is super close. 2, you shouldn't be trying to pull up at nobody's house trying to wolf at them because that fire is super close. And 3, do y'all have a burn?
No, that's not it. Hold on. I could have sworn here it is. Here it is, right here.
Locking the door. Hey, stick your head. And my teeth up here. Fuck you in. And my teeth up here. Bitch.
Okay. Listen to what they say.
Locking the door. Hey, stick your head. And my teeth up here. Fuck you in. And my teeth up here. Bitch.
So they came up in her house, right? And I guess they was trying to jump her. And she turned off all the lights and they were still in there. She was saying, my kids is in here. And somebody said, F you and your kids. And that's when she shot. Let's see.
Locking the door.
Oh my God, I hate this.
Locking the door. Hey, stick your head. And my teeth up here. Fuck you in. And my teeth up here. Bitch. Bitch. Get out. I'm my mama. My teeth up in here. I just told you that. Call them. What you talking about? I'm sorry.
Thank you, Rika. Thank you, Candy.
Get out! Fuck! I'm my mama. I told you don't follow me with my kids.
Common sense right here.
Thank you, Real
Never,
Talk.
Ever mess with a female and their kids. The way she did it was crazy because she laughed at it and was like, you shot. And it looked like they was messing with her. And she did say, my kids in here. She said it twice. So you deserve to get what you got. And I feel like she probably shot a leg or arm or something like that. Nothing that really can harm you, but just injure you a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So what do y'all think about that situation right there? Was she right in that moment, or was she wrong? Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just acting up so bad. Lord. Hey, Sharice. She was right. Okay. Right in that moment. Okay. Protect your peace, said right. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let me do something else. Looking for someone else. Damn.
This is Casey Allison. Casey Allison is on trial for killing a kid who was fighting him in the bathroom. He pulled out a knife and stabbed him in his back, arm, and leg. This is Carmelo Anthony.
Wait a minute. He stabbed him in his back, so his back was turned, and he's still off with self-defense.
He killed a kid also for trying to forcefully remove him from a track meet tent while there was inclement weather. This kid has been fighting this case for.
Yes, 20 more likes while we wait for this. But okay, so they showed a white boy, right? And he unalived somebody, he stabbed them, right? Stabbed them in the back, the arm, somewhere else. And they died. And he's out on self-defense. But then you have Carmelo Anthony, who had to defend himself to this guy that was trying to basically, bully him and
Can't decide whether he killed this kid in self-defense or not. Some of y'all are ready to throw the book at Carmelo Anthony because you can't decide whether he killed a kid in self-defense or not. So the real question has become, is self-defense only applicable to young little white kids and no one else in America? But look, guys, that's what they use to divide us. We got to stand by the law. Black and white, we have to stand by the law. Both of those young men use self-defense. And until the fucking investigation is done and all the cases cleared, only then can we say, oh, such and such and such and such. Up until then, these guys use self-defense. And if we don't stand by that together, they will come and take that from us. And if you are a person who can beat people up easily, it's your job to protect people. It's not your job to go be the fucking authority-ass fucking tool for the government. And if you're a government that can beat up other countries, you're supposed to protect them. Fuck out of here with that weak man bullshit already.
Okay. So let's go back to the
case now.
Let's go to the Carmelo Anthony case. Carmelo Anthony is on self-defense. He had to defend himself, right? So with him having to defend himself to a white guy, right? Of course, they didn't want Carmelo out. His family went through so much. They got threats. They did this. They did that. But at that moment, Carmelo felt like his life was in danger and he had to do what he had to do. Correct? Is that not right? So what is the difference in this Ramika situation and Holly situation than Carmelo? Nothing is that only thing that's different is Carmelo. We all fighting for Carmelo because we feel like it's a racist situation, right? So we all fighting for him. And I believe he's innocent and I believe he did right. You get what I'm saying? Self-defense. But we got to look at all stories. We got to look at the layouts of the stories and what happened. It's a reason why old girl is not in the jail system today. It's a reason why. If she was the instigator, if she was the aggressor, she would be locked up right now. Obviously, they have some type of evidence pointing that she was not the aggressor. Bump all the he say, she say, coulda, she's a murderer, he's a murderer, but she's still out on the streets. She's still out on the streets. So obviously something, her self-defense is matching up. Let's see. Right. It made me sick. Yeah, it was two, but both of the brothers were in. Oh, wait a minute. So brothers was messing with him? Oh, wait a minute. This made me sick. Oh, shoot. There it go. Baby, Amber needs some new money.
Bam. Shot him 5 times in his head. 2 motherfuckers that was from my area. I came home from jail, and they was kind of like jealous that I wouldn't let them kind of in this certain building I was in. They walked me out the building with 2 guns, one in my head, one in my stomach, you know what I'm saying? But then they throw me in the backseat of the car. They threw me in the backseat of the car and shit, because they see I had no gun on me, what they thought. And I had that motherfucker in here. They threw me in the backseat of the car and tried to take me from the south side of Chicago to the west side. They took me to the west side of Chicago. The whole ride, they just steady talking about money.
Damn. I'm finna get off of here because I'm about sick of this.
Work it out, you know what I'm saying? They pull in a dark alley, you know, the whole time. They got the gun on me. They never take the gun off me. Like the passenger sitting like on his knee damn there with the gun pointing at me, like I'm like this with my hands. But they hit an alley on the west side of Chicago, dark as hell. I already knew what time it was. Like, damn, these niggas really about to try to kill me. So it was like, bam, so fam, like, yeah, pull right there. This was like, they was just about to kill you type shit. All right, wiggled that bitch out of my sleeve. Like, I gave him one last time out. I'm like, man, y'all, man, let me out this motherfucker, bro. Y'all tripping, man. Motherfucker, give y'all whatever y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hell no, shorty, woo, woo. And then he got the gun like that. Then he made the motion out. Bam. Shot him 5 times in his head, the passenger. So this shit went everywhere. The driver tried to take off in the car. Tried to the car, woo. Instantly, I didn't even hesitate. Bam, 3 to the top of his head. The car drove off. Bam, crashed into a brownstone, big ass building, brownstone. We was in a big ass Lincoln though. So the car, they bodies got decomposed, like super smashed, like it was horrible. Bam. Shot him 5 times in his head. 2 motherfuckers that was from my area. I came home from jail. And they was kind of like jealous that I wouldn't let them kind of in this certain building I was in. They walked me out the building with 2 guns, one in my head, one in my stomach, you know what I'm saying? Okay. But then they throw me in the backseat of the car.
So y'all see this man had to defend himself. They took him at gunpoint. They didn't know that he had a gun on him, right? And he unalive both of them. He got off on self-defense. I get it. Yes, they had weapons on him. And he feared for his life. But you cannot say how a person feared for their life if you are not that person. You don't know how they felt. Y'all don't know how they felt. Even if they didn't have a weapon. You don't know if a person want to be out here fighting in the streets, getting face messed up and stuff. Y'all don't know. Just because people didn't have weapons don't mean that they can't hurt you. Because I know somebody that hands is lethal, that's registered, okay? That's registered, that have killed somebody, okay? Years ago in Montgomery, in the late 80s, in the early 90s, y'all, I had a friend whose mother had a best friend. They used to have fight night once a month, right? Hey, Hattie, they used to have fight night once a month. And it would be boxing. And so my friend's mom's friend would go every time, and she would whoop everybody. Once it was time, she would always beat everybody. She's a woman. If it was a man, if it was a woman, she could beat them. Like nobody beat her, okay? Well, this one guy came from Georgia to fight her, and he was good too, and he ended up beating her. And when it was over with, he was he was walking away and holding up, celebrating, holding up his, what is it that they get when they win? Whatever it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about, holding it up. When he was holding that up, y'all, guess what happened? He dropped dead. He dropped dead. So she did not win that. And then after that, of course, they had to stop doing that. So she didn't win that time, but them hands won. Them hands killed him. He walked off and dropped dead. So some people's hands are lethal. Some people's hands are killers. So you can't tell how if a person is in fear or not. You can't do that. Now look at this. If it'll let us. If it'll finally let us. Hey, Pammy Pooh.
You want to play? Let's play.
Woman acted in self-defense when she didn't fight man who broke into her home.
In Escambia County, Florida, this guy broke into someone's home just minutes before a woman inside shot and killed him. The woman who fired the shot isn't facing any charges. You can see the man kicking the front door on James Taylor Lane, yelling at the people inside. He keeps kicking until he finally gets in.
Play. Play. Let's play.
Once inside, the sheriff said he grabbed a knife and threatened the mother of his children. A woman in one of the bedrooms, fearing for her life, shot him in the head, killing him instantly. The man had an active domestic violence injunction against him. The sheriff mentioned that he was actually on his way to an anger management class when this happened.
Play. Play. Let's play. You want to play? Let's play.
So in other words, looked like he grabbed the knife, looked like he was gonna kill her if the friend didn't kill him, right? Yep, he was angry. Hey, D-Ham. I'm sorry, y'all. My computer acting up so bad, Lord Jesus.
Wait. Did y'all see that family fighting in court? Now, the family reacted like that because the judge released 38-year-old Dominique on bond, on house arrest, on self-defense, after he just got done killing 18-year-old Jaden Smith.
So this story here, he unalived his neighbor's young son, 18. He came to his house to let him know that his son was bullying his little brother or whatever, and he unalived him.
Will be electronic monitoring. So the backstory is that the 18-year-old went to go take his little brother over to Dominique's crib. He wanted to go confront and let him know, and can you tell your son to stop bullying on my brother? Now they saying that 38-year-old Dominique had shot the 18-year-old thinking that he had a gun. But y'all, how's this self-defense? They said the little boy said they had to run away. And y'all, look how they turned up in there. I say nothing Nothing wasn't stopping them. Y'all, they had to send a SWAT team up in there, everything. Nothing wasn't breaking them up. Go watch that full video, literally. Now, my thing, y'all, I'm going to keep it real. First of all, why y'all sending an 18-year-old over there to a grown man-ass crib? Where was these cousins and everybody, the brothers, the big uncles, where y'all was at when he needed to go over there and go confront a grown-ass man? This is an 18-year-old. Honestly, we know how it is, man. Nowadays, these YNs, ain't no telling what energy or attitude he went over there, what threats he'd have made, what pump face he'd have did. You know what I'm saying? Thing is, what was the outcome y'all thought it was going to be? Why the mama ain't walk over there and go talk to that man? But not only that, though, y'all, guess what? The police ain't find no guns at all. Not on him, not at his crib, nothing. So your little scary ass couldn't even argue with an 18-year-old. You want to shoot him. Why you ain't stop? Ask, let me call your people. Let me get your mama number. Let me get your daddy number. But you going back and forth with an 18-year-old about some shit your son doing. Prayers to that family, man. Oh, yeah. And I hope y'all keep this same energy. When the cop do this shit. Wait. Did y'all see that family?
So, in other words, he got out. I'm not understanding why he got out on bond. And if the boy ain't had no gun or nothing, all he did was confront him about his son bullying his little brother. I'm not understanding why is this man out on bond. Man, it'd be different strokes for different folks. It'd be all up to your lawyer at the end of the day. We could sit here on this internet and make up all the theories in the world that don't make no sense. We can do it, but the theories ain't getting people locked up. Okay? The theories ain't what's doing it. It's all up to your lawyer and the prosecutors. That's it. Period. Got another one. If it'll ever come.
I was cleaning my living room, sweeping my floor, and I heard her window start going back up. So I went and I looked in the hallway and I could see him standing at the window, lifting it up, and I just shot.
Gunshots that killed 14-year-old Devin Baker at the bedroom window of Aaliyah Wallace's 8-year-old daughter early morning, December 14th.
It's bothering me that he was a kid.
The incident happened not long after police left Wallace's home after responding to her 911 call about someone trying to break into her duplex.
So I called him at 1:22 a.m. We talked for like 30 minutes. They did a report, took pictures of everything, and then they left.
I believe there were reports that you had been burglarized or attempted burglaries before.
Yes, I have like 3 or 4 police reports before this night.
So what has happened since this incident?
The apartment called and told me that I was not supposed to have a gun at all, even though I kept calling them and telling them somebody was breaking in. They told me I could not have a gun and that I have 30 days to vacate.
And how does that make you feel?
Feel like I'm back at square one. I've been there for 6 years. So now I don't know what to do.
This case is going to the grand jury. It's a referral, as they call it, and they're going to let citizens decide. What do you want people to know about you, Aaliyah Wallace?
That I was only protecting my kids. I have 4 daughters. It's just me and my 4 daughters that stay there. I just was protecting my daughters.
How do you feel about what happened?
I'm devastated that he was 14. I hate that. I literally do, and I'm so sorry. But at that point, I had to think about my babies. I didn't know he was 14 when he was on the other side of that window. All I knew was somebody could come in here and hurt me or my kids. That's it.
14 years old. 14 years old. If it ever. Lord, I got to find me some new service.
I invented a self-defense device. I call it Plot, and it can do multiple things. This part right here acts as a flashlight that shines in dark places like alleys, streets, and anywhere without light. This right here is an infrared transceiver that can control things that focus on infrared waves like drones, garage doors, and remote controllers. This blue button on the back sends sound back home, signaling home for danger whenever it's pressed. And finally, the humidifier module on the top and on the side that sprays out a non-lethal substance that helps you stay safe. Thank you for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe. And let me know what you want to see next.
I don't know what that was. I had so much stuff in here. And hold on, y'all. Ooh, baby, this movie is so slow. I'm trying to find some new service now. This is crazy. I'm looking at something. Hold on. Because I should have saved it, but I didn't. Man, I'm telling you, I'm trying to find something else. I'm about sick of this. Okay, Chosen, see you later. I'm about sick of this. I just got this service. I was with T-Mobile, now I'm with AT&T, and this service is horrible. And I can't get the Spectrum because they don't offer it out here where I live, so I'm like stuck.
The thing they don't tell you about self-defense is if you do it wrong, you go to jail. And this is something that we deal with a ton of clients who hire us because they've been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon because they thought they were in the right. When they pulled out their gun in self-defense, they might have fired it off as a warning shot, anything like that. But guess what? There's actually a standard for when you can defend yourself. And if this doesn't meet that standard, you get charged with a crime. And if you don't like that they're going to drop a year or two worth of jail on your head because you committed a crime, then your only other option is to go to trial and try and convince a jury that you defended yourself appropriately and you should not go to jail, which also after a trial will likely be more than what the initial years are for that. This happens even if you're a first-time offender, even if you're allowed to have a gun. This is super important because they don't tell you about this. They just give you a gun and you read on the internet, defend yourself whenever. But if you do this wrong, you're going to go to jail. And sure, there's the phrase out there, I'd rather have, 6 on a jury than be 6 under. Sure, live by that philosophy. Just know that when you go and hire a lawyer, don't expect us to do miracle works when you do something completely wrong and you defend yourself in a situation that is not reasonable. The thing they don't tell you about self-defense is if you do it wrong, you
got to do the self-defense right, baby. That should tell y'all everything y'all need to know.
The thing they don't.
I'm a criminal lawyer that just graduated.
If you shoot somebody for breaking into your home, you better have shot them in the chest and not the back. Otherwise, you're going to get charges. You better have, I recommend to anybody who has to shoot someone in defense of their home and their family in the state of Oregon or California.
Spectrum is the best.
Shit your pants. So when you go into court, you could be like, Your Honor, I was scared so bad, I pissed my pants and just bullets started flying because I knew he was going to kill me.
JP, real quick. Is there a duty to retreat in Oregon?
There's one in New York.
Yeah, so it's like stand your ground, castle doctrine.
I believe you have a duty to retreat if you can retreat. I think that you have to do that. I think if you're like pinned in your own house, there's a certain extent to which you can defend yourself with lethal force. But I think you have to exhaust every other option. Like they want you to like run out your back door if someone's breaking in your front door. Fuck that. Like you value somebody else's, you value your possessions over somebody else's life. No, first off, they valued my possessions more than they valued their own life when they came in their house where I keep my wife and my kids. And I'm going to fix it so that they don't make that mistake with somebody else who isn't armed. You know what I'm saying? That's the attitude that I like.
Three things they ain't teaching you about self-defense law. Gang, you blowing your pipe without knowing the law? Let me tell you 3 rules that'll have you locked up quicker than your ops. 1, stand your ground don't mean do what you want. Some states cool you up in that bitch when you feel threatened. But in Illinois, gang, you better be in fear of your life or they gonna treat you like the threat. For real, you cannot shoot just cause buddy ass mad. 2, don't say too much. Stop talking after the situation. Don't get a police your whole GTA mission. Say, I fear for my life. I want a lawyer. That's it, gang. Don't be out here spending like on bad TV or something.
You shoot someone.
3 things they ain't teaching you about self-defense. Gang, you blowing your pipe without knowing the law? Let me tell you 3 rules that'll have you locked up quicker than your ops. 1, stand.
I'm so sick of this.
Don't say too much. Stop talking after the situation. Don't get a police your whole GTA mission. Say, I fear for my life. I want a lawyer. That's it, gang. Don't be out here explaining like you on Vlad TV or something. They gonna use everything you say against you. 3, you gotta try to duck first. If you can get away, do that shit. Cause the first thing the court gonna ask you is why you ain't lead the situation. Bro, they got you on camera catching the hat like it's Mortal Kombat. The DA gonna cook your ass. Just cause you got it don't mean you gotta use it all the time. Know the law or end up in a box. And I ain't talking about no casket game. I mean a cell with no roaming packs. Stay dangerous. Don't crash. Like, comment, follow, do whatever.
You shoot someone in self-defense, you are still getting arrested. Shooting someone and then claiming self-defense does not mean that you're not going to get arrested. Does not mean that you're not going to have charges pressed against you. It does not mean that you still won't have to go to trial. Self-defense is just an excuse against your actions that are otherwise usually illegal. But it's up to you to prove that you have a valid excuse. You shoot someone.
Hello, everybody. Kelly Anderson here again to talk about self-defense today. In the state of Georgia, you are allowed to defend yourself or a third party from harm being caused or imminently about to be caused by another. And so I just want to discuss the statutes that address this in the state of Georgia and some of the incidents.
A lot of the southern states are stand your ground states.
You know, the landscape is in the state of Georgia right now with regard to self-defense. And I'll tell you, unfortunately, it's a little bit all over the place. It depends on a lot of factors. Probably the most important factor would be, what do the police officers believe happened?
All right, I ain't doing this no more. I'm about to get my tail off. I'm about to get off because this is getting on my nerves, y'all. But I just wanted to come on here and look at some self-defense situations and see how you all think about it or feel about it. And then listen to some self-defense tips and even laws in different states. That's all I came on for. That's it. That's all. I may come back tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe later on this week, not for sure. But I definitely will be back with some more. I might come back and blow y'all wigs back. I don't know. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.